Well, hello and welcome back. And for those of you who don't know, my name's Matt, and this is just basically me talking about my experience at church on Sunday. It's not necessarily always going to be the sermon or anything like that, but that's typically what I try to talk about, is just what the sermon was about and what I felt about it and what I got from it. Sometimes this will just be a video of me talking about how awesome church was that day. But today was, just I'm not going to say just a typical day at church, because I don't have typical days at church anymore. Every Sunday seems to be a new experience now that I've started going to a new church. But, today, our Sunday school teacher, he actually didn't teach Sunday school because he's the, I guess he's the leader of the mission team. He didn't go on the mission trip, but he's the one that wanted to do the mission trip. He's the one that got everything together. He headed up all the fundraisers and everything to get these people the money to where they could go on it. And he was gonna go, but it took a year, and during that year his wife got pregnant. She said he could go, but any married man knows you don't go. You shouldn't go. He did what he should have done and stayed home with his wife and let other people do this. But he was supposed to come today to just do a big whole thing about the mission trip, and they realized how big it was going to be and that's going to be a complete service in its own. But he come, and we've been on in God. Just what does that mean? And today he was being a family in God. And where he took his message from is out of Joshua. He just took the first chapter, verses 1 through 8, and that's what he just talked about, the charge that God give him and what we are charged with as a family. And yes, that as a husband and wife we're equals, but that doesn't mean we don't have jobs to do. And as a husband, your job is to be the spiritual leader in the family. And that should mean a lot, which we can all grow. I need more. I need to do this more. I mean, I do at least try to pray with my family every night. And we need to get into the Bible reading, which, like I said, we don't currently do, but I'm trying to be a better person. And hey, him talking about this and him putting this charge on us, and that's why I love going to the church I'm going to now, is they put these things out there, and it's like, hey, I'm not going to say, let's take a count, let's put up hands of who's doing this every night, who's doing that every night. But with the Sunday school class that I'm in, like I said, we keep Kid Point once a month. Now then, we're in a couple of weeks, which we're doing it, me and my wife are doing it twice this month. I don't know how many people out of our class is, but they need extra people because there's 5 Sundays in this month, and there's only 4 classes that take this on and do it every week. So we're going to take an extra one on next week. But and the Sunday school classes, they also take a certain Sunday, and they have breakfast for the whole, as much of the church as wants to. It's for the whole church. A lot of people don't come in, they eat breakfast, but usually it's donuts. We're going to cook something when we do it the week. And the last time our Sunday school class did it, one of the other women in the class, she cooked a pound cake, I believe, or an angel food cake. So she brought a cake anyway. I'm hearing strange noises, sorry. I got a little distracted there. I heard something sounded like it fell over there. Kids are outside, so they're probably messing with something beside my room. But anyway, and he was talking about how, how God doesn't make suggestions. He comes to us and he says, let me get to where he actually says what to do. It says, be careful to do according to all that is written. He doesn't say, hey, follow what rules you want to. No, be careful and do it all. Follow what is written. Do, and like the speaker today said, that I'll just, instead of using names, I'll just say the speaker today, he said, the Ten Commandments, it says, thou shalt not kill. Not, hey, it'd be okay if you didn't kill. It says, how to treat your neighbor. Honor your, it doesn't say, hey, it doesn't give stipulate, hey, if the people act right, don't kill them. But now if they don't, then it's okay to murder them. That's not what it says. It tells us don't murder these people. It tells us not to covet. It doesn't say, hey, if your neighbor's got stuff that's bad, don't act like you want it. No, it says don't act like you want other people's things. It charges us. It tells us this is exactly what you should or should not do. This is what you should or should not do. And God is a God of definites. He tells us definite things. Now, we have watered it all down, every bit of it. We do things that the Bible told us, oh yeah, we probably shouldn't do it that way. We are better than that now. God didn't know what I was going through, what I was going to go through, so that's okay. Oh yeah, it's all right. Now, God gives you an out. He says here that that you can divorce, but now if you flip over, he tells why you shouldn't and what should happen if you do. But we've watered all that down and we don't feel that we should, but yet we'll pick a sin. It's like, oh hey, I'm Baptist, you don't drink. Drinking's evil. See, read it, it's right here, it tells you not to. You shouldn't do it. And if you do it, you're an awful person. You need to quit doing that. But yet, I go over here and, dog everybody that I work with about everything that they do. I'm sitting over here having an affair with someone from my workplace, but yet, hey, I'm not doing what this is. It's like, but you're still sinning. We all fall short of the glory of God. Don't condemn one sin because the Bible says this sin, and read this Bible. The Bible itself is full of a lot of instructions that we don't follow. Love everybody. And as a husband, be the spiritual leader of the family, which means you should be the one that's closest to God. Your wife shouldn't be dragging you to church. You should be dragging everyone else to church. You should be, if you feel bad, you get up and just go through it. Now, I'm, again, not perfect, but I'm telling you what, if you strive to be Christ-like, what that picture looks like. And we should all strive to be there. And when we don't do it and we fall short, we should feel a little guilty about it. And if you're not feeling guilty about your shortcomings, then you probably need to get in here a little more. Because if you get in here and these things convict you, then that will definitely, after you're convicted of these things, when you do it again, you'll start feeling, oh, hey, I shouldn't have done that. And that's a good thing. To feel bad about your sins is a good thing. That is how we should feel. The world tells us that we should feel good about everything we do. But the world is not who we're looking to. The world is me and you. We are. The old song said it, we are the world. So you think about some of the stuff that goes on up here that you know better than. Hey, we are the world. If you can perceive it in your mind, someone has done it. So if you can perceive it in your mind, don't think that you can look out there at the world to see what is right and wrong. Because you know in your mind that your mind can go off on a tangent, you know, that you wouldn't want to happen. And if it's in your mind, it's in somebody's mind that does not have some sort of filter. Because I'm guessing that if you're sitting here watching my videos, you are probably at least attempting to pursue God. You know, because if you've watched this long, you know what this is about, and I don't think you're going to just be here if you're pure evil watching me trying to figure out what's going on in God's world. So I don't guess people would be watching me with malicious intentions of, oh, let's find out what the Christians are thinking so we can go after them. I really don't think that I'm a big enough deal for that. I get 4 to 5 video views a week when I post this. So, you know, I know that if you're here watching me, that you are trying to be, at least think you're trying to be a better person. Because, I mean, I'm posting these videos trying to be a better person myself. That's why I do these videos. But I have no idea. I've not paid attention to the timer or anything, so I don't know how long I've been rambling for, but I think I've rambled enough, and I believe I'm going to end this video here. And if you haven't found a church home, start looking for one. Hey, just go to the church right down the road. I mean, I've been to most of the churches around here, and I ended up in the newest church that I'd never been to. You know, and if you feel like you're one of those that's fed up with church, find that new church, because that's normally why they're started. They're started because somebody's like, there's something I don't like. There's something that there's things that need to change in the church. So let me start this one, and I'm going to change these things. Because that's exactly why my church was started. He felt like there was a lot of things missing from church, and so he did it. And again, I say I'm going to end this video and then ramble for another minute or two, but I'm going to end this video here, and I will see y'all next week.